Hey guys, what's going on? This your girl Queen G, and we are yet on another segment of the Queen G Live Experience. I'm your host, of course, Queen G. You know. And I just have had an amazing day today. I want to go ahead and send up a prayer for my mom. Some things are going on with her health wise, and I just want to take a moment and send up a special prayer and ask for all of your prayers out there. That you would join me in faith, as we stand for her healing and, just ask God to um, have his way in this situation with her life and her health. So anyway, I'm not going to hold this long. I want to get right in because this guy, I want to give him his whole time. Okay. He is a ball of fun. I call him the connector. What an amazing gentleman. I met him through my network that I'm connected to, which is MJ Own Network. We are um, network mates and friends. He is my new, like, cool homie. I'm going to call him that too. And I just love his energy. I love his amazing kinetic spirit. And I want to get into his journey and talk to him about what has happened in his life, how things have evolved, what he does for a living, and all that good stuff. And when I tell you you're in for a treat, I'm not even playing. So let's welcome our special guest, Mr. Lester Greene. Welcome to the Queasy Live Experience.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. How you doing?
Oh my God. I know you were back there like, what? She is giving up all the kudos.
I was like, whoa, that is some intro. I didn't take that. You are great with the words. Did you
Oh
make
my God. And you're every bit of that. Like, one thing about this podcast on Queen G Live Experience, it's very authentic. So if I said the words, I meant the words.
Hey man,
Okay. And you
thank
are
you.
definitely that. You're a connector. My
Yes.
God.
They
My
call me the
God. One
plug.
stop shop.
Listen, I love your energy. I love your spirit, and we moving and shaking. We gonna shake up the world next year, right?
For real. Sure. The end of this year. What you talking about?
True. We gotta finish
This
strong.
month.
Yeah.
This month. Let's end this year strong. That's been my message all the last couple of weeks. Like, let's end this year strong.
I
Because
love it.
guess what? We still got about 5 weeks left in the year. How much can we do in 5 weeks? Think
I,
about
yeah, I totally agree with that. You got to make the most of your time because life is so short. You just never know.
it. For real. For
Yeah.
real. For real.
And
I just want to say that already, bro. I appreciate you, all that you've done, and
yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure. Listen, you give it back. That's all I'm doing. I'm giving back what you give me, and I appreciate
oh
your
man,
presence. Really.
man, we have had such a great time. I don't think we slept today. We have not, like, right?
Right.
I know.
Well, you said you fell back asleep. Remember, you said you got up early.
Once
And,
fell back. I
yeah,
fell. It's like it just came on me, but it wasn't. You know what I mean?
it's not official, right? You weren't really. Yeah, yeah. I know what you
No,
mean.
no. I was resting. I wasn't asleep. I was resting.
Okay, all right, that works. That works. Now, listen, you were up early in the morning
Yes,
getting it
sir.
in, and I love that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm all about. I'm all about seizing the day, taking advantage of it, and just making the most of it. So let's make the most of this time. Seriously.
Really, really. And this year, if this year was a thought of, how time is not on our side necessarily, and how tomorrow is not promised, and all these old school things that we used to hear from our parents.
Yes, yes. Like Kobe Bryant,
Wow.
Chadwick Boseman.
Oh my God.
I don't know if you were a big basketball fan, but I was
I
shocked.
was numb for like 5 days
Really? Yeah.
from Kobe's death. I was because I had just seen him in Las Vegas at a conference
Oh,
the November before. It was like November or something before the year prior. And
yeah.
his wife hadn't had the baby yet. And he was talking about that, talking about family. I got to see him one time in my life, and little did I know that that was going to be the only time.
Right.
I didn't know that.
Wow. Wow, I remember exactly where I was. I thought it was fake. I'll be honest. I didn't believe it. So I went to TMZ and then I went to CNN, and sure enough, it
Right.
grew. And it really broke my heart. I was totally shocked. And then Chadwick Boseman, he was ahead of his time. I didn't even know he was sick. Nobody knew he was sick. And he was
No.
still doing those movies and working and going strong. And then it's sad. It's really sad. He was so talented. I was a huge fan of his work as an actor myself. I admire people who are all about their craft and their work, and he was one of the
Right.
hardest workers in Hollywood. So salute to Chadwick Boseman. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in
I've
peace.
lost some personal friends this year.
From
That were
COVID.
all amazing
From
from
COVID.
COVID. Well, one was from COVID. One was from a heart attack.
Ooh,
One was from, and then it's no age put
right.
on this thing.
I agree. Young kids passing away. Yeah,
Yep.
it's scary. Do you still go to networking events and things like that, or are you more skeptical about going out and meeting people?
I've been as much as I am sociable,
Right.
I have pretty much followed protocol
Okay.
and stuck kind of to the house as much as I can. Now, me and my husband and my kids have all traveled this year and gotten more family time in and went from state to state. We went to Houston, we went to St. Louis, we went to Mississippi.
Okay.
We got a chance to really kind of get out. Louisiana, I went there for the first
Oh,
time.
Louisiana.
And yeah,
Nice.
all kind of like we stayed in hotels, we hung out. It was just us though.
Right, right.
So I tell everybody, don't shut your entire life down, because if it's just your immediate that you live in the household with, y'all could do something or
I agree.
travel, together. And
I
we
agree.
got our time in this year, um,
Yeah.
based on even around working around COVID.
Right.
So
When you travel and you're doing that, are you still looking to network, or do you just say, okay, you know what, this is just for vacation time. I'm not
it's
gonna
for
do this
vacation.
vacation. That's smart.
Well, Las Vegas was a different animal though. When I went to Las Vegas this year, you can't help it because that's where I'm from.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, like
that's your
that's
hometown.
my stomping grounds. Yeah,
Right,
and I went
right.
for work and then also socializing. Unfortunately, but I wore my mask and I
Good for
went on.
you. Yeah, no, good for you. Good for you. Are you the type when you see people walking in the store with a mask on, or they don't have a mask? Let's say they don't have a mask on. Do you get upset? Do you say, "Listen, put your mask on," or are you
Nah,
just
I mean I don't go all hard
you
on
not that?
nobody.
Yeah.
Nah, like, but me and my husband have played tricks on people where
Awesome.
we'll be in the store and I'll be like, "Sir, you a little close to me."
No, you don't.
We play tricks on people, like we act like we not supposed to be too close at 6 feet apart, but we husband and wife, so it's kind of fun.
I
I'm like,
like it.
okay.
Ah, that's nice. I get it. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Lester, I gotta talk to you. Like, I know you based on your podcast that's on the MJ Own Network. So tell us about your podcast. What gave you the concept to come up with this show? Why did you go that direction on the network versus something else?
yeah.
And talk to us about that.
Yeah, so my podcast show is called Out on the Front Lines. And I figured that was a great title because I am a bus driver and I am out on the front lines during this pandemic. And so I wanted to create the show so that I could just have a one on one with people. It was really just about
Right.
having a conversation with people because nowadays people need someone to talk to, they need an outlet. So it really wasn't about, oh, so what projects are you doing? And oh, you're doing this, you're doing that. I just wanted to say, hey, I see you. How are you doing? I care about you. Let's just have a conversation. Like what we're doing right now, we just having a
Right.
conversation. So that's what really sparked the show. And then I've been interviewing so many interesting people. I interviewed a makeup artist. I interviewed security guards, other bus drivers. I
Right.
interviewed a young 12-year-old actress named Riley Cole. She's amazing. And it's so interesting to see how people are dealing with it. Everybody has a different story. Everybody's
Mm-hmm.
telling me something new. And I'm just learning so much from just talking to people. I forgot what it was like to actually talk to people. We're always
Right.
on
Right.
we're
This
on
year has definitely brought that connection back. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
people are speaking again and saying hello. And some
Yes.
lady the other day asked me if I needed us to get us a basket in the store. I was like, people haven't done that in so long.
Like what?
I'm like, it was almost weird, but I was like, thank you. Thank you for even being considerate because I
Right.
haven't heard nobody really
Yeah.
try to be helpful in public in a minute. Like, you know what I mean? So it was nice. It was nice.
Yeah,
And I think
nice.
people are more humbled and this year has brought out so many things. And all of us have been impacted by losing someone, the political,
Ooh.
thing that's going on.
We're not even gonna go
God,
there. That's
Lester.
we're not gonna
Woo!
go there. Yeah. Yeah, that was something to behold.
It's
We're not
still
gonna.
something else.
It is something. It's still right. It is. It is. Yeah, but
Can
I'm
I ask
glad.
one question? I just
Yeah.
got one question. How does not someone not give up the White House when it's over? Like,
Right.
isn't it supposed to be over?
I was like,
I
wait a
just
minute.
want to know.
Right. Are we dealing with a 5-year-old? Like, wait a minute. Wait, you lost. Take it like a champ and move on. And he's like, no. He's like, I'm like, bro, why are you
With
throwing
the
shade?
legs hanging off the legs hanging
Right.
off the chair, like,
And I'm like, dude,
no.
let it go, man. It's over.
And we're not gonna go no further
Yeah,
than
yeah,
that. I
yeah.
just
We're
have to
gonna leave
ask
that alone. We're gonna leave that alone. We're gonna
that
leave that.
simple question. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I
But
ain't never heard of nothing like that ever in my
me
life, in my
either.
entire adult life.
I agree. I was like, wow, we dealing with some very immature people. I'm gonna leave it at that. But I feel like we all take L's from time to time. You got to take your L, right? We all lose
That's
from time to
true.
time. Like you said before,
Mm-hmm.
we got to celebrate our wins and accept our losses. It's just a part of life. So
Mm-hmm.
hopefully that situation will work itself out.
Yeah, I pray so. And I think that people have just come together this year. All the racial injustices, all the
Ooh,
things that happened. Not Mayweather, George
George Floyd.
Floyd.
Yes. Woo. Woo. I saw, actually, speaking of police brutality, I saw Queen, what is it? Black and Blue?
Yeah,
With
Black and Blue movie.
yeah, I
And it
saw
was
it. Yeah.
pretty much it ran a little bit and then they banned it.
Oh, why they
They
banned
banned
it?
it
Why?
because of the controversy of police brutality and bringing awareness to the camera and all that stuff. Like, it was pretty
Wow.
controversial. They didn't let it run its course in the theater, and that was an independent film.
That was a great movie, though. And of course, your brother's in it, Tyrese Gibson. And I love
Right.
his role because there was this one scene where he was in the store. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes.
And that boy's emotion, I never seen
Yeah.
anything like that before. Tyrese, he salute to Tyrese, your
They
brother.
handcuffed him in the store, and they falsely accused him. He called them for help as a backup,
Right.
but they were trying to accuse him of something. So they frisked him and handcuffed him, and he
Because he
was
was
just,
black.
yeah, and he was mad, and it just, like, the tears
I
just
saw the
rolled down his face.
tears. Hey, let me ask you a question. When you're watching a movie and you see actors cry, I wonder, because I'm an actor myself, I wonder how much of that is real, because you know that they can make it look real.
It probably depends on how many times they've run through that one scene.
Right.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
yeah. Because how many times
Because
can you cry on cue? Because
yeah,
I'm
like,
just
that's a
wondering,
good
because I
question.
see it and
That's
it's
a
like,
good question.
right?
That's a good question.
Because
But
I can cry on cue, but
I'm thinking it's probably based on just if it ran, it depends on how many times they ran it. Or
yeah,
they probably went with two or three good ones and then
yeah.
went with the best one
Good point.
out of that
Yeah.
three.
Yeah, that's what
You
I
know what I
think.
mean?
Yeah, yeah,
You know
totally.
how and I found out from your director friend Darren that the secret to movies and films is in the editing.
Ooh. Makes sense.
It's in the editing. You know what I mean? It's the
Yeah.
way you piece that footage together that tells the real true story.
So
I'm a big old crybaby.
you
Like, I cry in
hey,
films.
listen, hold on. When I interviewed you on my show, I cried.
Yeah,
So
it's
let's talk about it. Yeah. And
It's not a game.
yeah,
Like,
and I'm okay with crying. I don't find anything wrong with a man crying or anybody crying. I think it's okay to be in touch with yourself and be
right,
able to, right? There's nothing wrong with that.
right. Oh yeah, I feel the same way. I feel the same way.
Yeah,
But
totally.
yeah, like I love your show. I love the concept of what you're doing. I
Oh, thank
love
you.
all those amazing guests that you have. And I love the fact that you take everyday special people and you bring awareness to what their contribution is into society. Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's
I
what
think
I,
that
I'm
that's
trying to, yeah, I'm trying to highlight these people because in my book, they're superheroes, right?
right.
Bus drivers are superheroes, firemen, the mailman, the bellboy. These are all superheroes to me because they're actually putting themselves out there on the front lines. So I just want to
Right.
celebrate
Exactly.
them. Yeah. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just putting a spotlight on them, like you would say, a spotlight. So
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah.
If this device shuts down, I will go on to another device and I'm gonna, but I
Okay.
don't want you to jump off at all. I don't want you
Okay.
to
Okay.
move. If that happens, just keep talking,
Okay.
okay?
All right.
I'm just letting you know because we've been going all day and the device is going low. So
Okay. All right.
yeah, I don't want to slight your interview, none of that. Just want to make sure you get your shine and your time.
I
But
appreciate
it might cut out.
it. Okay.
Can you bring
All
my
right.
other cell phone, please? Thank you. I just informed my daughter to bring me my other cell phone.
Oh, you
So we
got
can,
two cell phones?
oh yes, sir.
Oh, wow. Balling.
We
Okay.
no, this is what? When I decided I needed a second cell phone, um, it was 2019. I started my business, Let's Go to Work Entertainment Network. And I was like going through just having to add all these apps, an app for invoicing, an app for this, an app for, Google Business, an
Mm-hmm.
app for this. And I'm like, woo, it's so many apps. And this old phone couldn't take it. It was like, it's on this last leg with cracks. You understand? So
With
I
cracks.
was like, with cracks. I was
Yeah.
like, I gotta do something. I gotta get another phone to just have enough to
Yeah.
have these apps that I need to run my business full time. Because I hired a business executive to teach me the tools of what it's like to run a business in today's time. He's a
Okay.
business tech. And I felt like I needed that. This time coming out with my business, I didn't want to come out and be like, oh, I know what I'm doing. No, I hired somebody to teach me the tools and the trades on what to do in this day and time. And I'm
Yeah.
grateful for him. Ooh, he taught me so much stuff. He
Right.
taught me what I needed, how to be compatible on Google and how to, track things. And he taught me about these different amazing email apps that you can email people all at once at one time. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Um, keep
No, that's
your
good.
records on this same emailing system. Hold
Okay.
on 1 second.
All right.
1 second.
Mhm.
Thank you for your patience.
No
I
problem. I
have
get
little
it.
children at home, so
I get it. I know. I understand. No problem. I appreciate just being here.
oh man, anytime. I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, the network. I want to get in on the MJ on
Oh
situation. Let's
yeah.
talk about
MJ.
that.
Yeah.
Miss Mariah Jericho, how did you meet her and how did that relationship come about?
So I met Mariah through a woman named Laura Poindexter. Laura Poindexter is a screenwriter and a producer and an actress. And Laura Poindexter was featured on the cover of Mariah's magazine. You know, she has her own magazine.
Right.
So I saw that and I met with Mariah and I said, hey, Mariah, Laura was telling me all about you. I'd love to be on your magazine. How does that work? So we talked about that. And I was just going to leave it at that. It was just going to be about the magazine. And then while we were talking, she said, yeah, I got this network that I'm getting ready to start. I'm looking for content. I said, well, wait a minute. I got a show called Out on the Front Lines. I would love to show it to you. She said, "Oh, wow, send it to me, send it to me." So I sent it to her. She called me back right away, like, "I want it. Send me all the episodes, upload them.
Right.
I'm
Yep.
putting them
That's
on
her.
Roku. I'm putting them on Roku TV. This is awesome. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I need in my life." And I was like, okay. So I just started sending her the episodes, and then she just started uploading them. And so now my show is on the MJO network on Roku TV.
And how did you feel when you first saw yourself on there, on that
Oh
platform?
yeah, I'm glad you asked me that. So Shanta, so Mariah was like, "Okay, you can go on the network and watch your show." And I'm thinking, okay, let me just watch it on my show. So I said, let me go on the TV. So I'm going in and logging in and everything. And she says, "Yeah, just scroll down to the MJO network and then click on your show out on the front lines." I clicked on it, and I was watching it like I was watching TV, and the quality looked good. Keep in mind, I'm doing all
Yeah.
this right. I was just so impressed with the quality, and then I was watching myself on TV. It was amazing. So now, when I tell people, "Listen, my show was on TV," they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, the MJO network on Roku TV."
Right. Yeah. It gives you kind of
And
like
they look at you
a badge
differently.
of honor or something, right?
Yeah,
Like,
and they look at you differently now because it's like, "Oh, it's not on the internet. Oh, this is on TV. No, this is TV. This is on TV. Like you can watch it
bro,
on
it's so
TV."
serious for me. I went and bought a television for it so I can watch it. I bought a Roku
I love it.
certified
Yeah.
TV so that I can be equipped to watch my own show and didn't miss a beat. I want to see the dental work in my mouth. You understand?
Yeah, you have a great smile, by the way. Great smile.
So do you. Thank
Love your
you.
smile.
So do
But
you. You
aren't your
have
kids
great,
gonna be
great
on the
team.
aren't your kids gonna be on the MJO network too? Talk about it.
Yes,
Let's
it's going to
hear
be
it.
debuting the Bell Sisters. We just got done with the trailer, a small trailer for their show, and we just did a quick little photo shoot yesterday.
Oh,
So
cool.
we're working on our first episode being like baking a cake.
Ooh.
Baking a cake is going to be so cute. They love to bake cakes, so I thought it'd be great to film them while they do their natural process and talk and you know what I mean, do their
I
thing. Your
love
sisters.
it. So it's gonna start from beginning to end, show the whole process.
Yes.
Oh, I
And
love it.
they're going to be getting the recipe out of the book that we co-wrote together. So it's kind of
What?
like we're going to use that as a branding thing as well. It's called My Unicorn Cake. The actual baking instructions are in the back of
That is
that book.
amazing. So
So
you promoting
yeah.
the show and the book at the same time.
Yes. With
Wow.
their little t-shirts on too that, have the branding on it as well.
What's the significance of the title? I love the title.
My
Unicorn Cake.
Unicorn Cake. It's about a little girl who she wants to enter a baking contest. I'm gonna tell you the little synopsis of the story. She wants to enter a baking contest, but what happens is when she, tries to submit her cake in, it comes up eaten, and she's like, "What happened to my cake?" Right?
Yeah.
So as soon as that happens, she figures out a way to film the area. She rebaked the cake, film the area to see what's happening and why her cake is coming up eaten. And what's happening is that the unicorn that she's baking into the cake keeps waking up and eating the cake. Of course, it's kid imagination. It's kid imagination, but
Wait,
this
whose
is the
idea?
concept.
That's a great
My
concept.
daughter, my daughter, she came up with her own concept. I just wrote the words and put the words together to tell the story.
Wait, is this the same girl who came up with the dolls?
No, this is a whole nother sister.
You got some
This
brainiacs
is
on
a
your
whole nother
hands.
sister.
So wait, you know
Right.
that your kids can get paid for coming up with concepts, right? Not even writing it, just coming up with ideas. You know that,
Oh,
right?
I didn't know that. I didn't know
Yeah, they
that.
got
I
people
didn't
who just come up
know.
with ideas and they get paid for that. These are great ideas. How old are these kids? About how old are they? Because they sound very intelligent. I don't know where this stuff comes from, but I know when I was a kid growing up, I did not have that kind of imagination. I was into toys and things like that, but I didn't even think about things like that. And I feel like the kids of today are so advanced, they're so ahead of their time. And I love that you champion their ideas. You're constantly giving them words of encouragement. You're constantly listening to them. I think parents don't do enough of that sometimes. It's so important to listen to your kids because they have great ideas. So that is just genius. I love that your kids are coming up with these incredible ideas. So kudos to your kids. They are brainiacs. Seriously, you need to make a series out of that. I'm serious. Some
Yeah, I'm really proud of them. They have really stepped up to the plate and done really well this year. Um, the kid, she enters the baking contest because she discovers the unicorn waking up, and then she leaves the unicorn a snack, and that's how she solves the problem of not the unicorn not eating the cake anymore.
this
But it's
is
on
brilliant.
Amazon. It's on
I gotta love
Amazon
that.
on you.
I gotta buy
Uh-huh.
that book. I gotta buy that. I love it.
Oh,
I'm gonna buy that book. I'm gonna buy it.
that is so awesome. Thank you for your support. And
Absolutely
every
not.
time, listen, they're competitive with one another. They're like, I want my book sold. Like they're like that. They go through these
When
like
he
you
got,
and your little friend Robert.
yeah. Oh yeah. What he say?
Yeah, they're in competition, so it's kind of
Oh yeah,
cute.
yeah. Got you. Okay,
Because
okay.
they know they get money, they get paid from when the sales come in and they sell a book. They know that they get that.
Right. So
And
have they
I
ever come up?
incorporate that because they need to know how the process is from conception of writing all the way to the transactions that happen and the exchange that happens when you sell a book. And
Yes.
and I teach them that by making sure that they get paid off of every transaction that they sell.
So have you ever considered setting up a little booth or something like that where they can sell
Oh
their books?
yeah.
Okay, because
Oh yeah,
people
we
will
go
buy
to
it.
this place called the Yeah, we go to this place called the Art House, and we set up our books out there, and they have little people that stop by and talk to us about it, and they get to just learn the process of becoming a vendor and
Yes.
what that's like. You know what I mean? It's totally cool. It's totally
They're
cool.
young
It's
entrepreneurs. Let's call it like it is. That's incredible.
Oh
And how
yeah,
old are they?
they're the twins are 8, and my daughter is 9, and my son is 13. So they all have a
Amazing.
book, and one of them wrote two.
Wow. So wait, when they go to
One of 'em-
school, I don't know, are they in school or are they learning
Oh yeah,
at
yeah,
home?
yeah, yeah,
So when they go to
definitely.
school, do they brag about their books? Do they walk around with their books like, yeah, I wrote this. Yeah, this is my book. Check it out.
They haven't taken their books to school, but they do talk to their friends about it. And
Okay.
I gotta tell you about this real quick. This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
so
yeah.
funny. And
Yeah.
me and you are having a conversation, so
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
hilarious. We have been where I live at for a whole year,
Okay.
right? And my manager had no idea that I was tied to the entertainment business or anything like that. Well, I had a transaction today that I had to do with him in the office, and
Mhm.
it took a little while. So I had a chance to really hook him, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, I said, I need you to do one thing. And I said, I know this is strange. And you never knew this because I never said nothing. But I told him that I wrote 11 books in this unit that I'm in this year. And he started bugging out with that. And I was like, I need you to Google Tyrese's sis. Just Google it real quick. He did that. My picture pops up. And it's like, oh my God, you never told me this.
He
And
didn't
it
know.
was hilarious. He had no idea. I
Why didn't you
never,
tell him?
I didn't talk about that or tell him. I don't know. It's just, you know, but he was
You know?
always,
Yeah.
he's always been nice to me. Like that guy in the office, he's always cool. And
Yeah.
I just felt like it was a good moment to kind of talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
I love
He
it.
was tripping off of the fact that I wrote 11 books here.
That's incredible.
And then he was like, it's so funny. He was like, why you here? Why you stay here?
Like, what are you
I was
doing here?
dying,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. You should have said, listen, you
He
want to
had me
support me
laughing. I
by
was
reading my
like,
books? Yeah.
he is actually. He wants me to bring one by the office tomorrow and sign it over to him. And he took a picture with me and posted it to social media and all that. I was just like, this is
Oh,
so cool. Yeah,
I love
he's gonna
it.
see
Those
my
little
ID
things.
tomorrow. So yeah,
Say it again.
he was like, man, he couldn't believe it because we keep a low key profile and
Yeah.
we don't really go out much or talk much because I don't have time. I'm in here grinding and like writing and stuff. You know what I mean?
So
So
okay,
it
let
was
me ask you this.
shocking.
So
Uh-huh.
you've written these 11 books. So at this point, are you saying to yourself, okay, let me just fall back and relax from the writing, or are you like, let me write another 11 more books? Or
No, no, no. It's just right now I gotta find a different niche to trigger the writing again or at this moment because I'm not in a writing space, headspace
yeah,
at the moment.
hmm
You got sometimes you get into these moments of writer's block and you get into these and you understand that because you're an author too.
yeah, yeah. I get it. I
And,
get
and you have to either put on a certain kind of music to vibe with it, or it has to be a certain emotion that brings it out,
it.
or
Yeah,
something like that. And I'm just at that space, and I guess because I wrote so many, my
yeah.
brain is kind of clear.
It is.
My
Would
brain
you?
is like,
Yeah.
what?
Would you consider? Yeah. Would you consider writing for somebody else? Let's say somebody came to you and said, "Listen, can you write this book for me?" Is that something that you would take on?
Actually, I did. Two books were written the top of the year. One is called Entrepreneur Spotlight to Success, and the
Wow.
other is called yeah, I did. I wrote two other
Well,
projects, so it's a total of 13.
how was it different from your own projects, though?
You have to consider their ideas, their thoughts, their rules, and you have to lay back.
Yeah.
Now, one lady, she let me kind of be free spirited and create the title names, the whole nine. She trusted me completely. And I literally had to take her notebook of thoughts and ideas, which is like a diary, and transform that into a book.
Wow. How
And the way
long?
I did that was I took moment by moment and we created the chapters based on each segment of her life instead of trying to rush it or
Yeah.
whatever. But it still got done in like 5 months.
Wow. You write fast,
It
right?
got done in like 5 months. Her book was finished, and what it is a how-to book of how to become an effective vendor. But it started out with the trials and triumphs of her life. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then segued into how that made her an effective business owner.
I love it. So, are any of these books going to become movies? Are you trying to
I
film
would
them?
love that. I want the children's books to really go into a filmmaking moment. That would be great. Like your director friend Darren, as he was talking today, it made me think about some scenarios that we can probably, come up with. And then you got Robert who writes scripts. I'm getting to know your
Oh,
friends.
Robert is a writer. I don't know what he
Yeah,
told you, but Shante, he writes very fast and he writes
right,
very often. I don't know how he does it. I
right.
get bored. I can't sit there and just
Uh-huh.
write. I can't. But he has a gift for it. So he's definitely somebody that you should ask, or maybe he can
Talk
write
to
something.
about.
Yeah,
You are
absolutely.
introducing me to some amazing and powerful people, and
Yeah,
it's just great. Thank you for that because again,
absolutely.
me and Robert talked about how it's things that you don't know you really need. Really, you just have to, do what you do, be yourself, and then it's kind of like your life segues into other things, and you have to let your higher power kind of
Let things
take
happen.
charge and
Yes,
yeah, have
yes.
it naturally evolve, and you find yourself in positions you're like, whoa, I never seen this coming. I never seen this beautiful surprise, as India Irie calls it. She has a song called Beautiful Surprise.
Oh, never heard it.
That song is so pretty. Oh my God.
Really? She got this other
Oh my
song with
God.
her called Revolution something. I don't know if you ever heard it. It's an amazing
Uh-uh.
song. Oh, I'll send it to you. I'm a huge fan of India Ari. Huge fan.
Yeah, she's beautiful surprise is so ooh, I just love it.
I'll check it
Maybe
out for
that's the
sure.
song I need to get me writing my son's book written. Right?
Yeah,
Maybe
absolutely. You
that's what
never
it
know.
is. I need to pull that out.
You never know. But you were saying that you're
Yeah.
looking for that next thing to write about. I think you would be great at writing about relationships, love. What do you think? That's
Ooh,
something to write about.
I got a concept called train wreck.
Ooh, I like the
My God.
title.
My God.
So you gonna do it?
My God. I want to. I started on it. I got the notes. I save all of my notes in a drive so that I won't lose it.
Yeah.
So I got every time I start a book and put jot notes down, I put it in a drive so I can save it for later, just in case I have to pull it out. Um,
Right.
and that's kind of how it is. And before you know it, I'm piecing, a book together, and it's just amazing. It's been an
Yeah.
amazing year, bro. When
Hey,
did you
I
write your
know.
book? What
Listen,
year did
you
your
are
book
doing
come out?
some great things. Say it again.
What year did your book get released? And give us the title of that
Oh,
book.
so yeah, the name of my book is called Act Like You Love Yourself. It's going on the second year. And I wrote that book based on my life in general and just about my career as an actor. A lot of people don't realize that acting and just life in general sort of go hand in hand. You're living your
Right.
life, and while you're living your life, you're acting and experiencing things through your acting. So the book is just about that, and it's also about just embracing yourself and loving yourself for who you are. A lot of times we can be our worst critic,
Mm.
right? We can be our worst critic.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I didn't start feeling like I was successful until I got out of my own way.
Mm. Preach. Preach.
You know what I'm
Preach.
saying? And I was every bit of close to 300 pounds. So that was a lot to get out of the way
Wow.
to start to feel the hymn of success
Yeah.
somehow, or to feel like, I finally broke free of everything that I was dealing with and carrying around with me so that
Yeah.
I can go ahead and walk into those doors and
Mm.
and release every sense of insecurity, every sense of, dead weight of people being around you, their ideas, thoughts of you. And oh man, I had to get rid of all of that.
Yeah. We call that baggage. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I'm like I said before, I'm a big energy guy. I feed off of people's
Right.
energy. I try to stay away from that negative energy and just focus on the people who are being positive and who are doing things. And so I
Hmm.
try to align myself with those people. So aligning
That's
myself
amazing.
with
And I can
you.
tell when we got together, it was a wrap. I was
It
like,
was.
dang,
I remember even before we started
we have
talking.
not slept since since we
I
met.
know, I know. But you know what it is? It's amazing when you can look at someone else and see yourself. That's an amazing thing. And that's what I think we have. And so when you see that, you're like, oh my goodness, this person gets me. This person's
Someone
like me.
else, yeah, like
Yeah.
grinding like I do, or they got
Yeah.
that same kind of energy. Yep. And
Yes.
and it's
Yes.
it takes certain dots to connect the dots to make,
Ooh.
a full on puzzle complete,
Yes.
honestly.
Yes. Absolutely. Because sometimes
And
you feel
I got
like,
all these quotes and scenarios, and you know what I mean. So
yeah, yeah, I know. It's cool. I love it. I love it. I just appreciate you. I appreciate everything that you represent. And again, I can't wait
oh
to work with you on some other projects. We're doing some great things. I know we're working on this series right now with Nas Panky, and it's
yeah.
called Finding Mr. Right Now. And it's based
Mhm.
on a man, or it's based on men just looking for the right person. It's based on women looking for the right person. And it's going to be a mini series where each episode is about 3 minutes long. It's going to be really short, but the whole idea is to just show different scenarios of trying to find that right person. It's not easy. It's really difficult. So I'm excited about
Right.
that. Yeah, I'm excited about that. But
Good for
hopefully,
you.
yeah, yeah. I'm hoping that we can work together on a film project. I really hope that you do more film work.
I definitely need your assistance on something. And we've been kind of briefly talking about that.
Yeah.
And we're gonna, come together and put our heads together and hopefully come up with a creative explosion.
Yes.
Okay. I
Well
can't wait
said.
to mesh my ideas with yours and just really come out with a masterpiece. And I know that it will happen because we kind of think alike. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think where I'm turned up on 15, we're good balances for each other too, which is weird. It's interesting.
Yeah. I'm
Like
interested. No, you're right. You're right.
so
Absolutely.
creatively, this is what I think I needed to take things to the next level. And
Yes.
as you can see, my follow through, your follow through has to be so dope, like and crazy. Follow through is so important, right, Lester?
Say that again. Say that again.
Follow through is real important
Seriously, it
to
is.
the a piece of the puzzle.
Oh my goodness, that is so key because a lot of people they do a lot of this and then there's no
All
action
day.
behind it. So I
Right.
love people who are all about that action. It's all about your actions, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yep. Yep. I'm so proud of you. I'm
likewise.
grateful that you and I have linked again. And what do you have any up and coming acting projects that will be releasing soon or anything like that besides the one you just mentioned?
Yeah, so I'm working on this series right now called 30331. I play a police officer with my dear friend Andrew R. McAllister, and that's being produced by Jay Nance and Erica Robinson. That's coming out pretty soon. The trailer should be releasing next month. So we got that coming out. And then I'm in a series with Darren DeShazier. You just interviewed him and Idris Pearson called
Right.
Sidelines.
Yes. Great
Yeah,
guy.
so
Uh-huh.
yeah, great guy. I just worked with them and that project looks amazing. And then I got another film or another project that I worked with on called To Serve and Protect with Darren DeShazier again. So look out for those projects. And I got a couple of films on Amazon. All they have to do is go to my website, lestergreene.com. That's Lester Greene with an E at the end.com. And they can get my music,
Right.
they can get my book, they can get my movies. Everything is there. So one-stop shop, lestergreene.com. Did I answer?
Our light is going dim. As
Oh,
you can
okay,
see,
yeah, that's it.
it's getting to that point where it's about to die. So
Yeah, I
I
had
want to
actually,
let you go. Tell us where we can find you on social media real quick. Give us your
yeah,
social media.
yeah, go to
You said your piece.
lestergreen.com. Everything is there. Lester
Okay.
Greene with the E at the end.com.
This is great.
Peace.
So y'all look them up. We gone, y'all. We out of here. Bye. Thank you for watching. Bye bye,
All
you
right.
guys. Good
All right.
night.
All right. Take it.
Bye bye.
All right. How do you end this?
Wait, end. I'm trying to end it. Hold on.
What up?
End. Okay, I'm trying to end it. Okay.
Mouth.